about what's happening in court or what has been happening in court.
What happened yesterday?
So one thing that makes the law so beautiful is that no matter who you are, when you come to court, lawyers will ask you questions. They will ask you questions. They will interrogate you. They will scrutinize you.
They'll cross-examine
Yes,
you.
they'll cross-examine you. Put you to test. Test the veracity of what you are saying.
I put it to you.
I put it to you and I suggest to you.
For me, it's not even the interrogation that makes it interesting.
Which one?
It's the bowing to the judges, because there are people who have taught students who have become judges and they have had to come and bow before them, like Chachichi Kata, for instance.
And he goes to the Supreme Court and
he bows
in
in front of
Meanwhile, he taught some of them there. But it's the tradition. I mean, it's the structure that has been put in place.
Right?
Somebody said when you go
stuff.
to the palace and then your son is the chief there, what do? You say because it's my son, so
You bow.
you have to bow. Yes.
Or you go and your nephew is the chief.
You have
Because
no
you don't
choice.
say because you are the uncle.
You have no
No,
choice.
you have
To
to
bow and respect.
to
So, remember the case of Honorable Abed Kandapa, the National Security Minister. He sued Oliver Barker-Vormawor our 10 million defamation sum about some comment that he said Oliver made about him, which he think that it is defamatory in nature. He sued him. Now he's started to open his case, tell the court what by way of his witness statement was tendered in. Then now the way was cleared for cross-examination. So yesterday, lawyers of Oliver Barker-Vormawor, led by Dr. Justice Shremsai, started cross-examination of Abed Kandapa yesterday. And it didn't last for too long. The cross-examination didn't last for too long. But the focus yesterday was about whether Abed Kandapa has ever briefed National Security Council meeting. You know, when you have such meetings, made up of virtually everybody that is concerned with security issues. And he said, yes, there were a few times that I have briefed national security about fake the country movement. And of course, it's being led by Oliver Barker at the time. And a few times asked whether it was written. He said most often than not, he does oral submission, but few times it featured. And so Justice Edu Owusu Ajima is a reverend of the High Court. Has adjourned this case to December.
He's a reverend of the High Court.
No, I'm saying he's a reverend.
He's a reverend.
He's a justice at the High
Okay.
Court. Yes, yes. I want to put it. Yeah. So this case has been adjourned to the 20th of December.
20th December.
20th of December. So 4 days to Christmas for further cross-examination of Abed Kandapa. So that is latest with this very information. Yesterday, he was present in court, of course, to sit in the witness box and be cross-examined. So on 20th, we'll know more about this very case.
All right. So there was this $15,000 car saga. Is it a reverend involving another pastor?
No,
This
one
is different.
Businessman.
This is a businessman.
Allegedly defrauding
Okay,
another
one-
businessman.
Pastor Love.
Pastor Love. I thought this
No,
is
you
not
mean,
Pastor Love.
this is not Pastor Love.
Love. This is a different
matter.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a businessman say that, look, I'll supply you a car, be a 2024 model, brand new. I'll give you money. He said within 2 weeks, Eric Kwame Kinney said within 2 weeks, I'll produce you with a car. Give me part payment, $15,000.
So that's the car?
Yeah, that's the car. This is the car.
That's a very nice car.
Yes. So,
Now, the card, how much is it that they are giving $15,000 part payment?
So the overall figure was not mentioned in open court, but what we do know is that he took $15,000 and said that in 2 weeks the car will be shipped from USA to Ghana. And since March, when he took the money, they couldn't find him.
He's absconded.
He absconded.
And now he's being found.
Yes, so the case was reported to the police, and then the police started investigating. And sometime in August, he was arrested.
And he has allowed it to go to. You should just pay back the
So
money.
yesterday, he was arraigned before his Anna Kwabna Kodria Obriebua, the judge who was handling this democracy hub matters.
Right.
Yes, he was handling that case. And yesterday, he pleaded not guilty. But at the same time, says that he will pay the money. So if he's paying the money, instantly he brought $3,000. That's how funny the law is. So he said, I am not guilty. He pleaded not guilty.
But he will pay the money.
He said he will pay the money.
So why did he disappear?
That one. When he has the time, if the trial starts and he has the time to talk, we'll hear from him.
He should just pay the money.
And he said that by 29th of this month, he will pay additional $2,000 then the rest will be 5,000, 5,000.
But
So
can the plaintiff decide to withdraw or discontinue the case?
definitely, if once he decides he showed good faith to withdraw the money, what the prosecution said was that for them, that's the accused person on your screen. For them, they are going ahead to file their processes until such time that they are convinced that the plans that he has given, he follow it, then that one the case will be settled. But as it is now, he said he will pay. But the court is saying that file processes, the trial will start. If the trial starts by that time, he's paid his money. Then, so yesterday, Eric Kwame Hene found himself at the wrong side of the law.
People need to know that you can't do these things and get away with it.
They don't know.
Because a lot of people have fallen victims to these
schemes. Fraud.
Yes, and that's what he's being charged
with. By false pretenses.
By false pretenses. Yeah. And it happens to a lot of people.
It does.
Cars, visas. People sell their entire family property to give to some connection man
and then
to do visa for them. And then they don't hear from them again. Yeah.
True.
People pay monies to buy homes, houses. They don't hear from them again.
People even buy land. And before I realize the land has been sold.
You see, sometimes for me, it's all about the confidence they have coming to you. I will do this one for you.
That's why they are called confidence tricksters.
It's very serious.
They have to appear confident because how do they sell to you? How do they sell you whatever they want to?
So once they are able to
win over you, if I come to you and I don't seem confident about what I'm saying,
you raise questions.
Of course, I have to be very confident. But you see, in this case, a nice video of the Ram vehicle was taken. Very beautiful vehicle. This is a vehicle that I'd love to drive anyway.
You would love to drive it.
That's if I have money to buy fuel for it.
So it's brand new.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Ram pickup truck. So if you show it to me and I'm in the UO, I can get it to you and I'm very confident about it. You see, and those people like talking. They'll start talking about deals that they've done in the past.
Oh,
and
yes.
They'll be there and they'll be talking, and I did for this person and for that person.
And that's the only way to
remain relevant. They'll wrap you. It's true. Before I realize your money is with them. Then when the money gets into their hands, first, this is what they'll do. In order to allay your fears, they'll be talking to you. They'll call somebody. Oh, I've just done the processes. It's coming. Oh, the shipping is coming. So they'll talk to you for about 1 week, 2 weeks. And before I realize, you call them, then they'll pick one. You call them, then they'll pick one. Before I realize.
You're talking from experience.
That is their modus operandi.
Oh, yes. But we also need to caution people.
Yes.
Because
you need to ask questions.
They are too good to be true.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that car cost. Yeah. But if, for instance, someone tells you that they want to sell or they are selling a Range Rover, and it costs about $80,000, right?
And they are telling the down payment is
make $15,000 and I'll ship the car. It is too good to be true. Yeah. At least you need to pay more than half before they can ship it.
And it's not like you have gone into some sort of deal with, a bank which is, you are getting it on a certain car loan or something like that.
Some people, you need to, yes, the courts are there to, exactly, that's the word.
Especially the background checks and all that. The person who is doing the business. And sometimes
you bring the car.
The issue
when you bring the pen,
sometimes it's not about the fact that the person cannot get you what you want. But it's also about the fact that the idea is this is what we want to do. We need money to do something. Let's make sure we get Lantam, give us the money, then later on we'll think about it. So your plans that you have, it's off board. Yeah. They've thrown it away.
And even that's why people even get scammed online.
Absolutely.
You see something
sometimes
very
you go there, you see the car with your eyes. You see that this is the owner of the car. They give you document to the third party. You go. That is where people also find themselves in trouble. Then you go and make payment to the third party. You come and then the owner tells you that I haven't given you my document. So the car is not yours. You look for those you pay the money to. You can't find them. So
we need to be careful.
Eric Kwame Hene yesterday was at the wrong side of the law, but he denied that. So in the coming days, we'll know what will happen.
All right.
As to whether he'll follow his own plans to pay the money or not.
So let's talk about some of the cases that we're expecting to come up in court today.
Yes.
We understand NAM1 is returning to court today.
Yes, Nana Appiah Mensah, a.k.a. NAM1, is back in
court. The men's gold man.
You know that he's been ordered to open his defense to the charges. He said that, look, having listened to the 9 witnesses from prosecution who have come to court to testify, I do not think sufficient evidence have been made or case have been made for me to answer. Acquit me and let me go. So the order for him, order for him to open his defense, he said that he's challenging it at the Court of Appeal. So he's asking for stay. At the last court sitting, prosecution opposed that, but the lawyers of Nam1 said they haven't received a sort of. Just said NS Usudapa, Justice of the Court of Appeal, has adjourned the case today for the court to hear what kind of argument, whether to stay for him to go and do the appeal and come back, or the court will continue. But in the interim, the court said, file your witness statement and the processes. As for the court, we'll continue to do our business. So today we'll know more in relation to what Nam1 will have to offer and what the pleasure of the court will be in relation to these men's goods customers. Earlier, it was hoped that the trial would have been concluded as far back as in March, but where it has gotten to, it looks like we have to also enter the new year, 2025, to have this case disposed of.
All right. What else?
And
Sexy Dondo.
Yes. So I beg you.
Gucci Young Star.
He says that's a name that Mr. Dampare gave him.
He says his name is Gucci Young Star.
Gucci Young Star.
But how long has this case been going
2016. February 2016.
That's 8 years.
That's when the incident happened.
And we don't know who killed a sitting member of parliament.
Yes, yeah. It was still
how much more a mere mortal like you and I? Lantam.
So you have to.
8 years.
8 years.
A sitting member of parliament.
And a particular suspect.
8 years and
months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, 8 years and 9 months or so. Yes. 8 years.
And a pastor has been, I said a pastor, a suspect has been in custody all this while, a prime suspect, and we are not able to get to the bottom of this for 8 years, just dragging the case, all over the place.
One of the things that I can say...
So the family doesn't even have closure up till now.
So the good news is that today, the trial is possibly concluding. When I say the trial is concluding, I mean that prosecution is to do its final cross-examination today. And after today, there's no evidence again, because Daniel Esiedu, a.k.a. Gucci Young Star, says that he will not be calling any witness in the matter. And so today, when the state prosecutor, Mrs. Sefa Kobache, comes, she's a principal state attorney. The indication at the last sitting was she wanted to conclude, but the court had other engagements, so it's been adjourned to today, and the jury are expected to be set, and then the final cross-examination will be done, after which the court, Justice Lydia Osema, now elevated to the Court of Appeal, has indicated that the jurors should be ready, because summing up addresses and summing up will just follow soon. So hopefully today, trial by way of evidence in court, Sexy Dondo, I said Sexy Dondo, Gucci Young Star, talking in open court. Today he will conclude that, and then the court will make further directions.
He's called what again?
Gucci Young Star. That Daniel Esiedu, a.k.a. Gucci Young Star. Oh, you don't like the name, sir?
Oh, who am I?
When you say Gucci Young Star, then you do like this.
He said
Gucci Young Star,
that is the nickname, so he has it tattooed
on his body.
Okay. So if you come and examine his body, you will never find Sexy Dondo.
I see.
Not part of his name. Yes. So those who have been referring to you as Sexy Dondo, please.
You need to stop.
He said Dampare, at the time, Dampare was the regional commander, Greater Accra. He gave me that name. But we didn't have Dampare in court to talk. So we can't say it is true or not. But this is the account of Daniel Esiedu, who says that his nickname is Gucci Young Star.
So finally, we understand that a 22-year-old security guard is back in court for attempting to murder his boss.
So for those who remember, we keep following this case because when he was arraigned at the High Court and the court made the order for him to be remanded into prison custody, the night before that transfer from the police to the prison, he absconded. He jumped bail. He escaped custody from the Manette police station. And then he was arrested again. And then he was giving some interest how some officers aided him to escape. And that case is also another subject at the Court of Appeal, the Circuit Court. The trial was supposed to start about last week, but we were told that there were two, the other accused person and him. He was unwell, so he didn't come. But he's still facing trial for attempted murder. He alleged to have tried to murder his former boss, the man that he was keeping guard at for in their home. He was stealing, allegedly, and then they decided to let him go. He wasn't happy with it. Took a gun, went there allegedly, ransacked the whole place, took whatever in their room, and then when the owner saw him, he fired a gun at him and missed him by a whisker. So he was arrested upon that, and he's facing. So today he's back in court with prosecution calling further witnesses to testify.
All right.
Thank you very much, Captain, for bringing us these updates.